Today on Combustion Chamber, why am I wearing this Camaro hat? Because we have this badass Decepticon Camaro on our show today. Let's get after it. Welcome back to Combustion Chamber. On today's episode, we have a real special treat for you. Transformers: The Last Night is upon us in theaters, and we have this great looking and powerful Decepticon Camaro named NBE Camaro, standing for Non-Biological Entity. Let's talk to the owner, Dion, for all the modifications he's made to this Camaro. Hey Dion, thanks for being on the show today. We appreciate it. What made you want to turn this Camaro into a Decepticon?
Well, we turned this Camaro into a Decepticon because of the color being black instead of yellow. Yellow one is just so common everywhere. It's very rare to actually see a Decepticon Camaro, so we definitely went with that.
This has a lot of appearance modifications done to it. Can you tell us all of what you've done to this Camaro?
Yeah, I mean, starting from the front, we went with a Z01 front end. I have a Heritage grille. I got a nice VIS carbon fiber hood. We have all the GM ground effects. We have the Lambo doors, going with the GM interior color scheme with the infernal orange, flows through the whole vehicle. A lot of LED lighting, things like that. So it's just every month we kept on adding on stuff. And you get to a point where you can go overboard, and I think we're just at that line.
This car does look fantastic, but when people see a Camaro with a lot of appearance modifications, they don't think that it has a lot of performance modifications. Yep. But this one does. What have you done to the performance of this Camaro?
Well, we started with the bottom. So I got all B&R suspension, bushings, trailing arms, and then we worked up from there. The engine has long tube headers, exhaust. We've actually put in a blower cam, everything that goes with that. Whole LS3 upgrade from the L99. Timing chain, oil pumps, transmission coolers, things like that. So that's the phase one. Hopefully phase two in a year would be the twin turbos that we're looking at getting. So,
well, why don't you say we get this on the road?
Let's do it.
So your next plans are to put twin turbos on this?
Correct. The phase one was making sure the block can handle the horsepower. Mm-hmm. And then phase two, when I get the funds, would be a twin turbo setup. When you do lower the car this much, the springs are so tight, you can feel the whole of the bumps to the.
Yeah.
But it's a smooth road, it's perfect. But when you construction, you hit like a half-inch bump, it's like, oh.
Man, this thing does pick up and scoop pretty quick. Every time I see your car at a show, there's a ton of memorabilia around it, and it looks nice.
I had it once at a Disney show, the Father's Day show, and I got a People's Choice Award, and that was entertaining. I had Chip Foose hand me the award and everything, and
awesome.
He actually said, more than meets the eye, so it was cool.
Well, thank you very much for letting me drive your Camaro today.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Driving this extremely unique Decepticon Camaro was awesome. It's got a lot of power and a lot of show all in one. I really like having this car on the show today because I'm a big Camaro fanatic and a Transformers fan. I remember reading while I was deployed to Iraq that they were putting the Camaro in the first Transformers film. When I got back from that deployment, Transformers was in theaters and I went to a premiere that was amazing. When I went to that premiere, they also had Robosaurus there, which is a dinosaur that eats cars, and that was just very entertaining. Also, I was a little thinner and had a lot less hair back then. But that's what's so nice about these cars. They're like toys for adults. and they make you feel like a kid again when you get behind the wheel, and I felt like that today. We want to thank Dion for bringing his Camaro on the show today, and we want to know, what do you think about this Decepticon Camaro? Do you own a Camaro yourself, and have you modified it? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and for more Combustion Chamber, hit that subscribe button. This episode of Combustion Chamber was sponsored by Camaro News and the Camaro Show. These two sites are the absolute best for Camaro news and information for both new Camaros and classics, and we want to thank them for sponsoring the show today. We also want you to check out our Patreon, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The links to all of that are right below.